This is the fifth in our series of powder and projectile performance tests in the Ruger Old Army. In this series, we've been testing three projectiles: the round ball, the classic 225 grain conical, and the heavy 255 grain hunting conical made by Kaido Ojamaa. And we're testing each projectile with three different powders: Goex 3FG black powder and 3FG 777 substitute black powder. In this episode, we're going to be testing Kaido's heavy hunting bullet with Goex black powder.
Well, the procedure for loading our 255 grain Kaido conicals with black powder is pretty straightforward. Now, these bullets are cast a little bit hard because they're designed for hunting and for high penetration. So they are a little bit tough to ram in there, but we will do our best and show you how they load. Now I'm going to use a 30 grain charge of Goex. And a lot of people would say that's a pretty light charge to run in a Ruger, but I'm just going to tell you these bullets are very long, and because of that they don't leave a whole lot of room in the chamber. So I'm going to dump that in. Now I just want to show you, we've got a dowel, and on that dowel I've marked the height of one of these conical bullets, and we've got 30 grains of powder here in the chamber. I'm going to put this in. And as you can see, we've got a good bit of compression that we're going to be putting on that powder. So 30 grains is about all I would want to put in here. Now these bullets load pretty easily. They've got a smaller loading band and a bigger driving band, so they go in the chamber well. They are then pretty hard to get in. You can really feel it. So we're going to load them 5 times, load up 5 chambers, and cap them up and go shoot them. Well, the last step in the process is to cap them. I use this Ted Cash capper. It holds about 100 caps. They slide on, and then just to make sure they're seated, I always give them a little poke with a dowel. And that's it. So we'll cap those 5 loaded chambers and we're ready to go shoot. Well, we'll start off by putting the 5.5-inch barreled Ruger Old Army on paper, shooting Kaido's 255 grain conicals and Goex black powder. Let's see how fast Kaido's 255 grain conicals will go when they're pushed by 30 grains of 3F Goex. And we'll start off with the 5.5-inch barrel. Now it's time to see what kind of penetration we get off of Kaido's heavy 255 grain bullet, loaded with Goex in the 5.5-inch barrel. Okay, we got through 7 barrels, or 7 jugs, and there's the bullet. Well, now let's put the 7.5-inch barreled Ruger on paper, firing Kaido's bullet and Goex powder. Let's see how the 255 grain Kaido conicals and 30 grains of Goex do when we move up to the 7.5-inch barrel. Now let's try Kaido's heavier slug with Goex and a longer barreled Ruger. Okay, we're in the 10th. Well, with a longer barreled Ruger, Goex, Kaido's slug, lodged in the 10th jug. Pretty good. And it's kind of interesting, the round nose conicals were kicking out to the side. The Kaido conicals seem to be just plowing straight through. Maybe the flat nose has something to do. Maybe the round nose gets some hydraulic effects from the water. Well, I got a little correction on the performance of the 7.5-inch barreled Ruger with Kaido's conical slug and the Goex powder charge. The bullet lodged in the 10th jug. However, it actually put a hole in the 11th, but then bounced back inside the 10th. So, I don't know if you can see it spritzing out here. But we definitely creased that, so we'll give them a 10 plus on that one.